it was probably the way it was reported that Nqobile has gone to the UK to facilitate, because people didn't know there was a bigger picture, that you had gone there for. So I think that explains why the coach was there. Maybe next up you should go to the US for women's football, because their women's football is top-notch, it's vibrant. It's second to none in the world.
There is the FIFA Club World Cup, which is coming up in June. You never know. I mean, that could be an opportunity to go around. I mean, there's a number of players that are there, and we are in communication with them. We are talking to the players, and we have plans that we are obviously behind the scenes working on, and when the time is appropriate, we can obviously share that information with you members of the media, and that, of course, see how best we could make Zimbabwe better in all those respects.
President, you highlighted that obviously during the UK trip, outside of those player engagements, there was a visit to St. George's Park. You talked about a visit to the DFB, to the German Football Association. Outside of visiting and maybe just seeing it, that's St. George's Park, that's the pitch where England trains. Were there any engagements about possible inter-FA collaborations between either England and Germany, and what would those look like? I know maybe those deliberations would not have finished, but what would you like to benefit from possible partnerships with those?
Are you signing any MOUs anytime soon?
So, interestingly, we had a follow-on meeting with the FA in Paraguay, where we're discussing further on what areas of collaboration. I think there's issues of technical collaboration, capacity building for our coaches, capacity building for our referees, technology sharing in terms of the systems that we can incorporate for our FA, so that we can work with the best systems that have been tried and tested in other FAs. And we've discussed that, and we're in the process of doing that. Of course, we have not yet finalized, but if you may be aware, those who are paying attention, the initial meeting we've had with the FA was organized by the British Embassy here. I had a meeting with His Excellency Ambassador Pete Vols, and he's the one who actually organized the first engagement. So when I went to the UK, it was because of that engagement that had been put in place. So there is a deep desire for more collaboration to happen between Zimbabwe and the FA based on our history, and it would benefit Zimbabwe in a long way. Perhaps maybe in the future you may see some of our teams playing, some of the national teams in England.
Because we used to have, clubs coming here to play. Local club, just like what's happening in rugby. You see a local sides playing against a team that has come from the UK.
Yes.
Because this is how we can develop. But still on the same note. So you went to South Africa, you went to the UK, you went to St. George's, and you saw what you saw. Recently you were in Paraguay. So in all these travelings that you have done, how far behind are we as Zimbabwe?
We have a lot of work to do. Our infrastructure needs a lot of attention. I think that's the starting point. Our infrastructure needs a lot of attention. We also need a lot of support. We need commercial support, financial support as an FA. It's a lot of heavy lifting, especially when there isn't adequate support. It's not. I think it's a gift when somebody has the ability to give. You touched on the issue whereby there was no money for the women league to kick off, and of course a well-wisher came up and donated $10,000. Now, I think there's more that should be done, and of course we've taken it upon ourselves as the FA to do more. But for the media to make fun of somebody who has independently decided to donate, I don't think it's fair. Because that sacrifice, those resources could be used for other things. And this is an independent person, independent company that said, I know what, we love women football, we're going to come with 10,000. But the majority of people that then speak against it are people who've never put a single dollar into football. So maybe there's something wrong with us as a people, but I think it's important to show gratitude when somebody has done something. But this is not taking away our responsibility as an FA to do the best we can. We should motivate each other. Of course, we should ensure that whenever there is an opportunity to participate, let's participate positively. So we are grateful to all the people who've given support. You've done your part. I mean, supporting, covering the football, very positive, because that gives more space for those who are in commercial, the companies that wants to be in football, to be seen. You've done your part, but if all of us had that spirit where we can contribute positively to the growth of football in Zimbabwe, we would be very, very far away. So my view is that we need more support. We need more support. There's been talk that we've received support in certain areas, but we have not quite gotten there to get things to move in the manner we want them to move. And they are working aggressively towards a place where we could at least sit back and say, oh, now things are in place. There is a lot of things that we desire to do, we haven't been able to do yet.